Welcome to the Cell Guru Show, and I've got for you today a phone that most people have absolutely and totally gone nuts about. This is the Mi 10T Pro. When the Mi 10 came out, most people said, who's going to buy a phone for 50,000 from Xiaomi? And to a great extent, people were correct. I mean, that phone did well, but it did not set the market on fire. But here's a prediction. This one could, because this one pretty much tick marks everything on the box, and at a price point that is almost impossible to fathom. We've got that, we've got the Qualcomm segment, we've got a lot of news and a whole lot more. Let's get started with today's Cell Guru. Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro. जब इसके रूमर शुरू हुए थे, लोगों ने कहा था, प्राइस पॉइंट अगर इन्होंने वही रखा 50,000, 45,000 भी, even though it's a great phone, it will not do very, very well. जब फोन बाहर निकला एंड द रूमर्स एक्चुअली बिकेम रियलिटी और हमने देखा कि फीचर्स, स्पेक्स, लुक्स, कैमरा, स्क्रीन, इनसाइड प्रोसेसर, एवरीथिंग वाज एब्सोल्युटली फैंटास्टिक. So at that time people said, what's the price point going to be? And the price point totally shocked everybody. This is an incredible phone at an incredible price. Lekin, the things that we have to look into, which is very, very important, is not just the specs. Mi phones are notorious for very, very poor software. The UI, the bloatware, the amount of things they add onto the phone, all of that really, really matters. So we'll do both things. We'll look at the phone. We'll tell you if this is the best phone at this price point. We'll take a look at the software too.
Xiaomi's expansion into the premium segment in India was long awaited, and it finally happened with the Mi 10 earlier this year. The phone brought the specs, stellar design and a flagship camera setup, all for a price that placed it right against competitor OnePlus. Now, Xiaomi is back with yet another flagship killer, but this time around the company is being even more aggressive with the price. Does the Mi 10T Pro live up to the promise of the original? Can it still beat the competition? Or have compromises been made? Let's find out in our Mi 10T Pro review. Take a quick look at the Mi 10T Pro, and it is quick to see the continuity in design. The phone has a glass and aluminium build with Gorilla Glass 5 both at the back and front. While the phone feels very premium to the touch, clocking in at 218 grams, the Mi 10T Pro feels just a bit too heavy and unwieldy in the hand. The large dimensions mean that one-hand use is almost out of the question. The Mi 10T opts for a side-mounted fingerprint scanner, which is a much welcome addition for its speed and reliability. Finally, the camera bump protrudes a bit too much from the phone, and we found it catching onto our pocket while we were sliding it in. Over at the front, there is a 6.67-inch Full HD plus 144Hz IPS panel. First, the good. This is one of the highest refresh rate panels that you can get on a phone right now, and it truly makes navigation through the interface buttery smooth. On the flip side, support for games is minimal at launch, and you won't be making much use of that high refresh rate screen. Additionally, compared to the older Mi 10, the switch from AMOLED to IPS LCD means that the black levels won't be as good. However, the screen goes more than bright enough outdoors and offers excellent color accuracy. Talking about the cameras, the Mi 10T Pro has 3 of them at the back. This includes an excellent 108MP primary sensor that shoots stunning images in broad daylight. The camera manages to nail the exposure, color saturation and details to create visually appealing, natural-looking shots. Things, however, go south in less than ideal light. The night mode helps, but there is still too much noise. The 13MP ultra-wide camera takes satisfactory shots with a decent amount of detail, and finally there is a 5MP macro shooter when you want to get up close with your subject. Meanwhile, the 20MP front-facing camera is capable of taking decent shots as long as the lighting is good. The portrait mode, however, is not that great at edge detection, and low-light images suffer. Coming to the performance, the phone is powered by a Snapdragon 865 chipset that makes sure everything flies when paired with the 8GB of RAM. The phone runs on MIUI 12 based on Android 10 and is polished to a sheen. Whether you like the design choices or not is up to your personal preference, but there are lots of useful features here, and Xiaomi has done an excellent job at optimizing the software. And yes, there are no ads. Keeping things going all day long is a 5000 mAh battery that we found to be more than sufficient for a full day of use. In fact, with light usage, the phone might even last you 2 days. 33-watt charging support means that it won't take you too long to top up the phone, but there is no support for wireless charging. Overall, priced at 39,999 rupees, the Mi 10T Pro makes a few compromises to achieve its price point. It is still excellent value for money for the hardware, but the hit or miss low light camera and lack of premium features like wireless charging mean that the Pro is not a huge step up over the regular Mi 10T. And if performance is a big criteria, the regular Mi 10T might be the better value option for you since it brings most of the same hardware at a lower price.